Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to touch quickly upon what the hottest ticket in gaming right now is. And even though I do want to talk about Nintendo record sales that were announced by Circana and PlayStation 6 announcing PlayStation announcing their PS6 dreams or possible handheld dreams. I kind of want to stick on what's the hottest topic right now, and that's Xbox. Xbox has been on a decline lately. Not lately, over the last couple of years, with them slowly but surely moving into the third party territory, a la way of Sega, allowing third parties to make Xbox branded hardware like the Asus gaming handheld, the ROG Ally Xbox, and then most recently we've got news that a veteran of Microsoft, hell of Halo, a 17-year veteran is now leaving Halo Studios and is quote saying that he will share his story when it is absolutely safe to do so. This is from Kotaku in a quick recap of, I guess, weekly news. But I did want to share this because Xbox has been pretty much the hottest topic, and then also how we can avoid some Game Passes price hikes. But yeah, a veteran of Halo, a development partner, departs with an ominous warning. And it says here, Glenn Israel has been an artist working on Halo since he was at Bungie back in 2008. After more than a decade with the franchise, including time serving as a senior concept art on Halo Infinite, he is suddenly leaving the studio under mysterious circumstances. The news come amid fresh rumors of growing pains at the studio getting ready to reveal the future of Halo at the 2025 World Championships later this month. As of today, and after 17 long years, I am officially no longer contributing to the Halo universe, Israel wrote on LinkedIn last week. There is little more I can say for the moment, though I intend to share this particular story in its entirety when it is absolutely safe to do so next year. In the meantime, I have a message for anyone and everyone who needs to hear it. And then he continued, I know that the state of our industry seems dire, but never forget that you are free to choose. No illusion of security, nor promise of wealth or fame or power is worth trading away your health, your dignity, your ethics, or values, and no one can force you to. Stay strong, take evidence when necessary, and find where you belong. Well, what do I got to say about that? Well, let me tell you something. It's not very great looking as far as what Microsoft is doing over at Halo Studios, but it is telling of the political climate, perhaps. Maybe I'm reading too much into this. Let me know in the comments below. But I think that the political climate has cooled down to a bit where middle America is now middle America again, where you get a conglomerate of people who are on the right and on the left, and 99% of people are actually more in the middle and don't want to hear these extreme views left or right. And perhaps that's what he's alluding to when it says, oh, my ethics and things of that nature. But the key part here is he says until next year, which means he must have some kind of a non-disclosure agreement with Halo Studios or Xbox or Microsoft at this point, where he's not allowed to say why he left or what his feelings are, or if he was let go. It seems like this is a resignation, but 17 years is a long time to dedicate to a studio, especially Halo. I wouldn't say that it took any. Maybe there is some underlying tones in the Halo storyline that you can read either left or right when it comes to political climate. But overall, the game has always been excellent. Save for the series has always been excellent. Save for Halo Infinite, which really started off really shaky. And now that it is completely fixed, honestly, no, it's, in my opinion, too late. People have walked away from the franchise and moved on to other things. Hell, Battlefield 6 launched. I think it's like 700,000 players on Steam, which is a huge number for Battlefield. even with Activision being petty and launching a week free of Black Ops 6 and multiplayer and even extending its beta. But yeah, it's kind of telling that hear what Glenn Israel has been saying, and being an artist from 2008, and here we are in 2025. It's a big deal to lose somebody who's been with a company, with a franchise for that long. Now that it's called Halo Studios and it's not directly with Bungie, I can understand where perhaps after the not the failure, but not the success either, where Halo Infinite went, perhaps it is time to look for a new direction, and it is time for people who have been there from the beginning. Maybe we need a new, fresh perspective. I, for one, I highly regard Halo franchise all the way up to ODST. ODST was my last big Halo adventure, and I know I missed out on Halo 4 and Infinite and all that other stuff. Halo, whatever, all the other Halos. Up to ODST. That's where I stopped playing. But I do hold it in high regard because, man, I had a lot of great hours of playing that franchise. It's one of the franchises that holds a dear place in my gaming heart from the early to mid 2000s. The next thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is how some Xbox fans can skip the Game Pass hike price for now. So here again is another article from Kotaku and from my favorite editor, Ethan Gatch. Let's go ahead and take a look. It says current Game Pass Ultimate subscribers are getting hit with the new 50% price hike November 4th, but only in some countries. Microsoft recently confirmed that fans in places like Poland and Korea can remain in the lower monthly price if they stay subscribed. Not so for Xbox users in the US. I will say this. If you go to your local Walmarts or GameStops and you buy an Xbox Ultimate Game Pass card, they are currently still selling them at the lower $20 price point. The physical card and codes are still valid, meaning you can get Xbox Game Pass at the old price of $20 per month, the best deal in gaming, and bypass that $30 price point. But let's continue. It says the confusion started when some fans started sharing the emails they received from Microsoft about Game Pass Ultimate going from $20 a month to $30 a month. While some of those messages informed players about a price hike they'd see next time they renewed their subscription, others were told the pricing wouldn't change unless they ended their subscription and later resumed them. Microsoft has now confirmed that the delay is only for users in some markets like Austria, Germany, Ireland, Israel, Korea, Poland, and India. Players in the US and UK will see changes take effect as planned on November 4th. And then you can see, here's the post on X. And then it continues, our recent Game Pass update remains unchanged. Current subscribers in certain countries will continue renewing at their existing price for now. In line with local requirements, we'll provide advance notice before price adjustments take effect in these countries. Carrie Perez, head of Xbox Communications, told The Verge in a new statement. Why the discrepancy? Some have been speculating it has to do with local laws restricting how companies can hike subscription prices up and the amount of heads up they are allowed to give customers. Either way, it's a bummer for any Xbox fan in the US who thought they might be getting an unexpected reprieve from the latest Xbox price hikes. Microsoft also recently confirmed that Game Pass subscribers are no longer eligible for the 10% off DLC and other add-on content. That perks been replaced by an overhauled rewards program. So again, if you are in the US and you want to get the old price, I have seen, GameStop posted an ad on Facebook saying if you can buy one of the cards, the physical cards from their stores, it is still at the $20 price point, and those codes are still valid. $20 a month for a year is not bad. I would highly recommend it. It is still the best deal in gaming. At $30, I do not recommend it. However, if you have a decent PC, something that can run, something all right. You don't have to have a state of the art. Like right now, I'm running a 3080 PC graphics card, and thanks to James, I was running a RX 5600, something like that, beforehand, or 5800, which is, pretty similar in architecture, but that's not the point. But at the 3800, XT is still above punching weight of what the PS5 Pro can do and Xbox Series X can do. I would recommend Game Pass PC. I believe it is still at $17.99 per month, and you get all the perks that you get with Game Pass Ultimate on the consoles, because remember, Xbox is still trying to charge you for multiplayer on the consoles, and that's something that on the PC side of things, it's always been free, and they know they cannot charge for that. So Xbox Game Pass on PC, even though the price did go up, I think from 15 to 17, I'll double check that. It is still considerably cheaper than the $30 a month, and in my opinion, still the best deal in gaming. Highly recommend it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about Xbox. Is this really, I mean, we're seeing such an exodus of staff, and we're seeing like this huge change in what it means to be an Xbox gamer. And we know that Microsoft told us this, months ago. Satya Nadella, the president, the CEO of Microsoft, went above Phil Spencer's head and said, "We are changing what it means to be an Xbox fan." I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Is Xbox cooked? What kind of news do you think that Glenn Israel is going to be bringing to the forefront? And lastly, if you can comment, what are you guys planning to do with Xbox Game Pass? Were you a subscriber? Are you going to continue at the new price point? Or are you going to be switching over to Game Pass PC, which is still $17.99, I believe, as of this video, and still a killer deal. As always, I do want to thank you guys for joining me here at Starflag Media Gaming. I keep hitting this mic because I have been drinking. I want to say cheers to everyone, and I will catch you guys in the next video.